So you live in Pelham, you've got a dog, and you're looking for the right trainer? Well, you have come to the right place. We are going to walk through everything you need to find a fantastic local pro who can help you and your dog live your best lives together, right here in town. Just take a second and picture it. A nice, calm walk through the Pelham Town Forest, and your dog is just trotting right beside you, no pulling, no lunging. Or how about this? Your friends come over and your dog actually greets them politely instead of jumping all over them. These are the moments we all want, and the right training is exactly how we get there. All right, section 1, training for Pelham life. So where do we even begin? Well, first things first, let's talk about why it's so helpful to find a trainer who really gets what life is like here in Pelham. This is about more than just sit and stay. It's about setting your dog up for success in our actual community. A trainer who's local understands the little things, like the chaos and excitement around the elementary school when classes let out, or the traffic and noise when you're near the shopping plazas on Route 38. They can help your dog learn to handle a simple walk down a neighborhood street near Hobbs Road or stay calm during those vet visits over in Salem or Derry. That kind of real-world prep is just priceless. Okay, so we know why local knowledge is a big plus. Now let's get into what truly makes a trainer great, no matter where they are. And it really boils down to two things: their training methods and their qualifications. The number one thing you need to understand is the trainer's core philosophy. Today, the absolute gold standard is positive reinforcement. What does that mean? Well, instead of punishing your dog for doing something wrong, you teach them what you want them to do and then reward them for it. So your dog jumps on guests, you teach them to sit, and when they do, they get a treat or a ton of praise. It's that simple. It works, and it makes learning fun for them. And this slide really lays it out clearly, doesn't it? On one side, you have reward-based training that builds up a confident, happy dog who trusts you. On the other side, you have methods that rely on fear or pain, and those can seriously backfire. They can create a ton of anxiety and can even make behaviors worse. The whole point is to be a team with your dog, not a source of fear. Now, here's something you need to know. In New Hampshire, anyone can call themselves a dog trainer. There's no state license. That's why certifications are so helpful. When you see credentials like these from places like the Karen Pryor Academy or the Council for Professional Dog Trainers, it tells you that person has put in the work, passed the exams, and is dedicated to modern, science-backed training. All right, section 3. Let's talk about the practical stuff. We're going to cover the types of training programs you'll see, give you a sense of the costs around here, and go over the local rules every dog owner in Pelham should know. So you've generally got two main options. Group classes? They're fantastic for puppies who need socialization, or for dogs who just get way too excited around other dogs and people. But if you're dealing with a specific problem that only happens at home, like barking at the doorbell or stealing food off the counter, then private in-home training is where you'll see the biggest impact. Okay, so what is all this going to cost? This chart should give you a pretty solid ballpark for the Pelham area. As you can see, group classes are usually the most budget-friendly option. At the other end, you have board and train programs, which are a much more intensive and therefore a much bigger investment. And of course, you've got to know the local rules, right? Luckily, being a responsible dog owner in Pelham is pretty easy. Just remember these 3 key things. Always have your dog on a leash in public. Keep their rabies shot up to date, that's state law, and be sure to license your dog with the town every single year. And here we are, our final section, making your confident choice. This is where we put all the pieces together so you have the tools you need to interview trainers and pick the perfect one for you and your dog. So you've done some research online, you've found a few trainers that look promising. What's next? Well, you need to talk to them, and knowing exactly what to ask is what's going to make all the difference. These 5 questions right here, you'll want to ask every single one. Their answers will tell you just about everything you need to know about their style and expertise. But pay extra close attention to that first one, about their methods and equipment. Make sure their answer lines up with that positive, rewards-based approach we talked about. And once you do get started, either with a new dog or just a new training plan, please remember to be patient. There's this wonderful little guideline called the 3-3-3 rule. It's just a reminder that it takes time for a dog to adjust. 3 days to de-stress, 3 weeks to learn your routine, and about 3 months to really feel at home. Progress isn't always linear. So, after you and your trainer have gotten the basics down, where do you go to practice? We are lucky to have some amazing spots around here. Pelham Town Forest and Muldoon Park are perfect for those leashed walks. The Derry Dog Park is a short drive away and great for working on socialization. You can even work around real-world distractions at Woodman Orchards when it's in season. Look, choosing a trainer feels like a big decision, because it is. But it's also the very first step toward a whole new chapter with your dog. With some good guidance and consistent practice, you'll soon be enjoying those peaceful walks through town, a quiet afternoon at home, and just the overall confidence you get from having a happy, well-trained dog right there with you. Happy training!